So this should have been the easiest job I've ever done on the car, but me being the cheap, frugal bastard that I am, I decided to try to go fiberglass with my duckbill. The shape is absolutely perfect for what I wanted. However, my problem was on the underside. I did everything I could to try to make this work, drilling holes, putting inserts in, gluing them in. This is, again, fiberglass, and it's designed to sit on top of the existing and be glued down with some 3M tape on the existing little spoiler in the back that is more flat, if you will, where this has the GT4 shape to it. You can see, so this was an abysmal failure, and me trying to be cheap, it did not work out. So in front of me, I'll put this to the side. So in front of me we have what I found on eBay through a company from California, however, is drop ship from a Chinese supplier. So I looked at the pictures on eBay to see if it was what I needed with the clips to just replace the inserts, and we're about to find out if I don't cut my damn hand off here. We're going to discover this together. New parts day. Again, this should be the easiest job ever, but you know, like Forrest Gump famously said, life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So let's figure out what we got here in the box to see if this is going to go on this morning. I do have a track day coming up in a few weeks, and I would really enjoy putting this on. This is super lightweight. Oh, they got it wrapped up pretty well. So the American supplier of this, I believe it's Frog. Frog has a good product. However, me trying to do the absolute cheapest route, which is obviously not always the best course of action, I found this on eBay, and we're going to give it a shot. Now also, to pair with this in the back, I did the Maxton front splitter that we'll get into here shortly. So I feel the little clips, the little, yeah, on my fiberglass one, I even manufactured little angle bolt-ons here. So you see where these are molded into the shell itself. This is actually really nice quality. I'm really happy with this. Maybe not as aggressive as the fiberglass one. The fiberglass one is probably 4 inches, where this is maybe 2.5. And eventually I'll probably get some sort of glue on, if you will, 3M gurney flap to add a little bit of disturbance here in the back for the vehicle. But all in all, I think this is going to be the easiest job that I've done on the car yet. So with that, let's talk about the Maxton front splitter until we transition to the back. So we're going to do a little Blair Witch project here. I'm freelancing with handheld. So just a reminder, I do have the track dedicated coilovers on, so the car is pretty well lowered. Let me show you. You can see here before I transition over to the side, we're about 3 inches. Oh, I had the tape upside down. I was going to give the millimeters, but we're just about 3 inches. So if you notice, this is the Maxton, which I do enjoy. It's exactly what I was looking for functionality wise. So it's not a big underbody. The splitter, don't need that on the Cayman. We have enough underbody panels. We don't need an entire front splitter, if you will. I just needed something lower to the ground. Now you'll see as we get up here, you can see my 20s. I have my 20s on, and they're up underneath the wheel wells with a lot of camber. I'm about 2.75 negative on the camber. So when I put my 18s on, we're going to be looking at motorsport quality, track-worthy front splitter clearance, which will probably grind its own pathway. One thing I did want to show or demonstrate here is the differences in surface, right? So the the factory one here is more of a dull ABS type of plastic, whereas the Maxton has this shiny film to it. It scratches insanely easy. So again, I just wanted to reiterate that I'm here for functionality, not so much showroom quality, matching factory and aftermarket splitter. It does look a little wonky, but hopefully functional wise, it's going to be what I'm looking for. I will say, and I will flex it here, it's very flexy. It's super thin. It's not much thicker than my actual measuring device here, but I'll flex it here in a second for you. It's literally just finger pressure, and you can see how that flexes. So I've had the car triple digits already. I'm gonna be able to take this off if 120 is too much for it and it starts scraping on the straightaways. So, and that's what the 18's on. So we'll see how this goes. I will say that Maxton did provide longer bolts with washers on the install, but you have to take the front bumper cover off to do that. So I ordered some extra 4.8 millimeter, and I went with 25 millimeter length body panel screws for an American vehicle. So if those are too long, I'll have to put washers underneath them. So I just did a install here and a trial run to see if this is going to work. So I'm going to put some longer screws up in the existing nut plates that are in the bottom of the front bumper cover. So not to belabor the point, but I might need some longer hardware, and we'll see how this goes. But it might very well be unintended active Aero for the vehicle when I get my 18s on. We'll see. And I'll provide some track footage of that and some impressions after my first track day with this. So let's get to the back and get this Ducktails on.